What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is the series where I share all the lines of sight, wall runs, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in Infinite Warfare. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the map Frost. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so Frost actually has tons of really cool spots that I have for you today, and I'm very excited for this episode because of that. So first up, starting over by this helipad, even though this isn't a helicopter, I still call it a helipad. If you come right over here, you get a really nice line of sight to that really common piece of cover that people will use up there. People will go there off of opening routes all the time, and also just throughout like the middle of the game. They'll be using that orange thing for cover, and they'll be looking for people that are coming through this doorway, as well as coming up to this point here. They won't be looking all the way back here, and you'll be able to pick them off here, no problem. This is an excellent long shot spot. I think I showed this in my long shot video as well. You can use it with sniper rifles or assault rifles, and they'll have no idea what hit them. Now, a somewhat similar way to get a line of sight on the people that come through that choke point right over there, instead of standing right out in the open here where they're going to be looking and where you don't have any cover, you can jump up right here and crouch, and there you go. Much better line of sight, you get a bit of a height advantage, and you also get that cover advantage over your enemy. Now, not too far from there, if you're over in this area here, and maybe you have enemies that are pushing through this area, maybe they've got you locked back into a spawn trap, and they're standing right over there, and they're picking you off as you come through here. Nice way to challenge them is come up to this snow fence right here, jump up, and there you go. Perfect line of sight over top. Just keep in mind, if you strafe over a little bit, you'll get that warning thing that will kill you, and you obviously don't want that to happen, so don't strafe over to the right too much, and you'll be able to have your shots over top of here. This is also great for game modes like Defender, for instance, because you might have a teammate. A lot of times teammates will run the ball back here, and they'll try and like stay alive back here, so you can have one teammate set up there, you can have one teammate set up over here, and then you could have another teammate set up here, and another one there. You guys could have a perfect setup there and nobody would get past you. Now coming from the other direction, if you're attacking towards that helipad, sometimes you get people that are camping back there, or you just think somebody might be on the other side of this, or maybe they're capping the C flag and you can't see them from here because they're capping over here. What a lot of people do is they'll just run around this corner like this out in the open, or they'll jump right up top like this, and it's just not the smartest move to make most of the time. All you really have to do here is walk up this area here, wedge yourself in the corner, there you go. You get a bit of a line of sight here, you've got great cover to the people that are over in that area, crouch to take even more cover, and this is just a much better way to approach this situation if you feel like somebody is hanging out back here. Now getting inside this area right here, if you're coming around this corner this way and you expect enemies to be right in here or maybe even over here, or just in this area in general, it's a very, very common choke point right in here. Instead of just walking around the corner with no cover, which is what most people will do, and I'll admit a lot of times that's what I do, I like to do this move here, especially if you're an aggressive player. You jump up like this, and you can wall run right over top of them, and anybody that's in this doorway here, like waiting for enemies to come around this corner, or they could be standing right here, they won't see you up above them, and you'll drop down right behind them. Just be aware, if you've got the guys that are camping here, you might be in trouble, so you might want to have a peek for them first. Now, if you're on this side and you expect enemies to be coming around this corner right here, I see far too many people just stand in the open like this. No cover at all, not a very smart move to make. Instead, I like to hop up on this railing and crouch right here, kind of use this for a little bit of cover. You also gain a slight height advantage over them here, and they don't usually look here first. Now, keep in mind, you're still, like, most of your body is still going to be exposed there. You don't get the greatest cover there, but it's just a slightly better spot than standing out in the open. Now getting into the middle of the map, I have a few really, really cool lines of sight that almost nobody knows about at this point. So you guys are going to be some of the first people that are going to be using these. They're very, very effective, especially this one here. You'll often get guys that are camping behind that piece of cover. When I say this one here, it's not where I'm standing right now, obviously. That would be a terrible spot. But you get a lot of people that camp behind that area there. And I mean, sometimes you'll try and like come around this corner and maybe try and get a line of sight on him here, but you can't quite get it until you jump up, which is why that's such a powerful position. Unless you know how to do this. You come up to this area here, and then you just hit jump once. It kind of pops you up just a little bit. You don't want to like boost jump all the way up top here. And then there's this little V you see in the snow. So you want to strafe over just enough that you can look through this V. You are nearly invisible to them when you're doing this. They'll have no clue what hit them most of the time, unless they've got like a thermal sight, or they've just got like the craziest vision you've ever seen. You are going to take them out here almost every single time, and they'll have no clue what hit them. Plus, the bonus here is your side is protected from people that are coming through that door. They have to come all the way around here in order to get a line of sight on you. So you basically, to use this spot, you just have to know that this area is safe and behind you is safe. And you can easily pop up, look through that V, and pick those guys off. Now, right next to that spot, especially in domination, you often get people that sit behind that piece of cover there because it's a great way to defend the B flag. You can see the entire B flag, and you've got excellent cover there. in order to challenge them, instead of challenging them from out in the open or trying to like jump up over here like that, all you have to do, it's very, very simple actually, is just walk up this snowbank right here. That gives you a much better piece of cover, and you have a slight advantage in this scenario when you do this. So instead of jumping up, just simply walk up this little ramp of snow. Now one more spot right in the middle of the map here to counter the people that are sitting in that area there, which is also an extremely common place for people to sit, especially in game modes like Domination. A lot of people will try and like come around the corner like this, but they expose quite a bit of their body by doing this, and they actually have the disadvantage here. So instead, just like that spot we showed earlier, you come up to this area right here, just hit jump once, it'll pop you up onto the snowbank, and then you can slowly strafe over, and this gives you a lot better cover, and they see a lot less of your body as you pick them off from here. Now right in here, just a really quick check spot. If you have enemies that are sitting behind this common piece of cover right here, which I guess I'll show you, pretty much everybody knows about it, but if you jump up right here, you get a nice little line of sight across that way, and people will sit here quite often, or they'll sit behind that piece of cover there. If you're inside that building, really quick check spot, and it's pretty obvious, you can just jump up here and have a look and see if enemies are over there before making your move. Now another thing right in this area, we got tons of spots on the middle of the map here. A lot of times you get enemies that are up in this area right here, and they're kind of locking things down from here, and they've got you pinned back into your spawn. It's very, very common, and they might also be really careful checking down here to see if you're flanking. And so a lot of times it's hard to pick them out of that position. I've got a great way to do this. If you know that this area is clear, all you have to do is lay down right in this area here, and there you go. Perfect line of sight on them, and the nice thing is, they can't see you there unless they go prone. Even if they crouch, they're not going to be able to see you from that position at all, because you'll see like the lower half of their body, and therefore you can't see their head and they can't see you. So you'll be able to pick them off here very, very easily, and you're relatively well hidden from the middle of the map. Of course, anybody that's like right here will take you out, but the people that are like way over there, you don't really have to worry about them too much. You can crouch, get down in this area, go prone, and pick them off. Now also in this building over here, if you're trying to break out of this spawn, like the A spawn for instance, you're trying to push towards mid-map, and a lot of times you'll get guys that are posted up right behind this wall right here. They'll be using this as cover, and you'll have a really hard time breaking out of that building this way if they do that. Or maybe they'll be set up over here, which is another great spot. And they could even be set up back here. There's several different positions they can set up at. And you might have a really hard time taking them out. So if you're coming through this building, you can use this as a check spot, but you can also get kills from here. If you jump up like this, you can actually shoot through this glass as long as you're not using an energy weapon, and you can kill people that are in all of those positions. It's an excellent way to take those guys out. Yes, they can see you through here, but you'll notice from outside there's actually quite a bit of glare on those windows, so it's harder for them to see you than it is for you to see them. So therefore, you have a bit of an advantage there, and you'll be able to pick them off. Plus, if they have an energy weapon, you'll be invincible to them, and you'll be able to shoot through there with your ballistic weapon to take them out of those positions. Now getting all the way back to the back A spawns here, if you happen to be pinched right back in this corner, or maybe once again you're playing defender or something and you have a teammate that's back in this corner and you're trying to defend them, if you have enemies that are coming through this area down here, a great way to challenge them is to simply jump up on this box, and there you go. Nice little line of sight over here. Obviously you're exposed to this area here, so you do want teammates locking that building down, but you can easily look through here and pick people off. Now another spot that a lot of people know about, almost everybody knows about this now, is you can wall run around on this building like this, and you can like pick people off that are over there, and you can actually keep this wall run going for quite a long ways. You can chain it to this wall run and keep going like that. A lot of people know about that. What I want to show you, and what a lot of people haven't caught on to yet, is you can actually drop down to this ledge right here first off, and this can be used in a great way to get on the enemy's flank over here. Like you can jump around like that. A lot of times they'll be like looking this way and camping back here like this, and they won't see you if you jump up there. But going the other way, what a lot of people still haven't found out yet is this wall run here, and this is one of the most amazing wall runs in the entire game so far. You can wall run all the way around like this. This is great for opening routes, great for search and destroy, great for so many different game modes. You can use this wall run to get all the way around like this, all the way onto the enemy's flank. Or what I like to do a lot of times on an opening route is I'll wall run to around this point here, then I'll jump up here, and I'll pick the people off that are sitting here aiming like this. You just jump up right behind them, they'll have no clue what hit them when you do that. It works great. And obviously it works the other way around as well. If you want to get towards those A spawns undetected, you can easily use that wall run going that way. Now the final spot that I have for you guys, it's more of like a cool sniping jump spot, not a really, really practical spot that you're going to get tons of kills with every game or anything, but It's a way to counter the enemies that are sitting in that area there. Like I said, very, very common spot. If you've got a sniper rifle and you're confident in your shots and your ability to jump shot, start off by jumping on this area right here, jump up, and there you go. Perfect line of sight on those guys. You might be able to pick them off, and they'll have no clue what hit them. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for Frost. Let me know in the comment section below which one of the maps you'd like me to cover next. Keep in mind, I've already covered a few maps. I will leave a link to the Maps Exposed playlist in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.